video. Welcome to May 2018. I apologize that this is a couple days late. We did just move into our new place in North Carolina a few days ago. I got here on the 3rd. It's now the 6th. So boxes everywhere again, but we're finally here, which is very exciting. I was going to do these recordings on the beach, but it's a cloudy, muggy day, so I'm doing it right in front of a closed-off fireplace in our apartment. So I have a rigged table here. I have a shelf on top of some boxes, and I'm sitting on the floor because, everything's a total mess in here right now. So it's a little rigged today, but it'll be nicer next month, so whatever. I'm sure you don't care. But here is the reading. I'm just going to show you and get right into it. So, I did this reading yesterday, but something about it just didn't feel right to me, so I set it down, and I came back today and I redealt the cards. And they're basically saying the same thing over again. Yesterday was all about putting the horse before the cart. And this is the same thing. So we'll talk about it more in the reading. Okay, so this is very interesting because I'm pretty sure that last month we were talking about cord cutting for you. So this is how it was facing me. So I'm going to turn it around to face you so you can see the actual layout. There we go. So we have the Ten of Swords reversed, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Three of Swords. And then I also looked at the bottom of the deck just because I felt like I needed some more guidance. And look who came up. I'm almost positive this one came up last month, if not the month before for you, all about cutting cords. So if you have not, put the past behind you and allowed yourself to move forward onto a next chapter yet, this is what it's all about. So it seems like with the Ten of Swords, upright, I see it as betrayal, backstabbing, obviously, with the swords in this person's back, and someone's running away and getting away with it, basically, and you're reaching for your broom, but you can't get to it. So I see this as powerlessness, complete victimization, being stabbed in the back, extreme betrayal, things like that. But it's in reverse, so I see this as, so when I see it in reverse, I imagine the swords sliding out of the back and you being able to reach for your broom and take your power back and get after that bastard that put those swords in your back to begin with, which I feel is yourself at the same time. So you're taking your power back from yourself in a sense. This could be about the people that you had surrounded yourself with in the past, which is something that we had talked about numerous times for the past couple months. If you've been following me, who are you surrounding yourself with, directly affects, how you see and value yourself. So this could have been, so swords are all about communication, ideas, thoughts, things like that. This could be past thoughts that you haven't been able to release from, the energy of other people throwing at you, talking behind your back, things like that. All that energy, all that negative stuff is coming out, and you're taking your power back. So that's kind of the energy of the beginning of the month. But no one can, even though people could have been saying negative things about you or, betraying you in some way or another, it can't really affect you unless you allow it to. Okay, Leo? It can't really affect you unless you allow it to. I apologize for the echo in here because the furniture isn't really in this room. So if you're hearing an echo, I apologize. So these are almost in a way self-imposed because you allowed it to penetrate you and stab you in the back. You allowed that to happen in a subconscious way or consciously. Woe is me, look at all these people that have screwed me over in the past, da 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 da. So all that pattern, that cycle should be coming to a close. Hopefully you're starting this month being like, you know what, fuck that, victim thoughts, those victim ways of living my life is not doing anything for me, obviously. So I'm pulling out those swords out of my back. I'm taking back my power. So that is the Ten of Swords in reverse. I have something in my eye and it's making me crazy and I don't think I'm gonna get it, so great. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Cups. So it's like you're taking your power back and then you are like rediscovering this love for life again. Knight of Cups. You can think of the Knight of Cups almost like Romeo in a way, where it's like over romanticizing whatever situation you're putting yourself in, falling in love with life again, falling in love with love again. Maybe you meet somebody and you fall head over heels. This is like taking love and passion to the extremes, like, reaching for your bliss, which is always a good thing, but not really fully thinking through what you're doing, or this is everything that was coming up in the original reading. Not really thinking things through, dealing with communication with others, like how you interact with them. And then, not really realizing that you don't have the resources you need to continue moving forward. And that's kind of what this is about. You like just diving right in, because this new passion for whatever it is that you want to do is reignited in a way. This love for, your work or falling in love with somebody. So you're just like head over heels, jumping right in. So like if it's somebody that you're falling for, this kind of energy is like, I'm planning our future. I'm so in love with this person and I'm just imagining us getting married and having kids and buying a house, and like you literally just met them like a day ago or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just head over heels for somebody, which is great, but maybe that person isn't as interested in you as you are in them, you know what I mean? Or maybe they don't want to have kids, maybe they don't want to get married, maybe they don't see the point of getting married, or you know what I mean? So kind of setting yourself up for something that may not really work in the way that you want it to. So that's this energy. Getting super excited again. And then I feel like your fear takes over and like something triggers you because of how you were treated in the past when it comes to things that you're in love with, or like if you've fallen for people in the past and they screwed you over by like cheating on you, or spreading rumors about you, or something like that. If you were really into some project and it just like completely fell apart because of the people that were involved. So it's kind of like you're talking yourself out of the greatness that's coming your way. So this is the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this is kind of like not the best card, no matter what way you look at it. So really just stuck in your thoughts, like getting a little depressed here, you know, not seeing, you know, the sun rising over the horizon, like it's, you know, there's always tomorrow kind of a vibe, like just, you know, let it go and start again tomorrow is like what this kind of card is telling you. Like there's no use, you know, stressing over something that you can't control, which is another thing that came up in the previous reading. So sometimes if you have ever done tarot, or if you ever plan to do a reading for yourself and it doesn't make sense to you, it is okay to re-deal the deck. And sometimes, you know, if it doesn't really feel clear for me, that's what I'll do. I'll reshuffle and re-deal, and I'll get the same message but just with different cards, which usually is easier for me to interpret the second time around. It doesn't always happen, but every once in a while it does. So, you know, whatever. Just food for thought if you're considering doing tarot in the future or in the present or whatever you'd like to do. So, in reverse, it's kind of like a card of like extremes. At least that's how I see it. So it's like, there is no consoling. I am just in this pit of despair. You know, so it's like a little bit of depression and getting caught in your thoughts, and this is like you've fallen down the rabbit hole of depression, basically, which is horrible. So I feel like head over heels, but then you're expecting the worst to happen. Like you're waiting for something horrible to happen, because it's feeling too good, you know. But then at the same time, you could be setting yourself up for, you know, letting yourself down because you have your expectations way too high here in the second or the first half of the month. So, yeah, fear's coming in, talking you out of the great things that are happening for you. And then we have the Three of Swords, but I see this as like reflecting. I feel like these are both based in past experiences. Like, I don't really feel like this is a current thing. I feel like this is just we're getting trapped in our thoughts and reliving the past again and again, because it's starting to feel really good and you're like, wait, this is not a normal occurrence for me, maybe. So let me go back and, you know, rewatch the movie of my life and see what happens when things start to feel too good. You know, heartbreak, you know, betrayal again, you know, just unrealistic expectations is what's coming up in my mind. So you're expecting things to get worse, you know, taking your power back, feeling amazing in the first half of the month, and then all of a sudden stopping yourself from feeling good and reliving the pains of the past. I don't feel like this is a present experience. I feel like it's just all in your head and you're reliving it. And the reason that I feel that's the case is because of this card that's coming up on the bottom of the deck telling you that you need to cut the cords to your past. To your past. It's time to end this cycle of feeling good, of bringing, you know, something happening and you finally feeling like you're taking your power back and you're feeling the joy and the love for life again, and all of a sudden your fear comes in and talks you out of the great things that are coming, and it's like, wait, but remember the last time you felt this great? Remember the last time you fell in love and it ended up in heartbreak and despair? So I feel like that's what's occurring this month. You're like, you're trying to work your way out of that cycle in the first half, and then like it gets the best of you at the end of the month. So this is, you know, based on the energy that is occurring in this moment. This is the reading that is coming up for you if you're reading this, or watching this. But you need to know that you do have free will. Absolutely. So it's like I can see the roadmap ahead, but I don't have to take this path. Like I can, use my free will to change the situation. This isn't a set in stone thing. This is just the possible energy of your future of the month, based on where you are right now. So if you work to adjust that, if you work on cutting that cord continuously throughout this month, and again, I did suggest this last month. I do strongly suggest this again. Look up YouTube videos on energetic cord cutting, just meditations, and I would do it every day if possible. Seriously, it shouldn't take any longer than like 5 minutes. I do it every day. I work with angels and things like that. I just call out to Archangel Michael. I say, Archangel Michael, please cut all cords connected to me that are not for my highest good. And then I imagine him coming around and like taking a sword and just slashing away all these like energetic cords that are coming out of me and connecting to other people. Especially when I feel super drained or I feel like I'm acting in a way that is not me. I call in Archangel Michael. I say, cut those cords. And I feel it right away. I do notice a shift right away. So it's just simple things like that. You can make it more ritualistic if you want, if that's something that you're into. Just imagine this dude, just cutting that rope connected to your past every day. So this is just this is what it's saying. It's like we're cutting the cord to this kind of energy. Like this is like the summary of this whole reading. Okay, so this came up at the bottom of the deck. Like this is what it's really all about. You need to work on cutting those cords. And this is what we're cutting the cord from. So it's like I am upset about these cups that have spilled right in front of me. She's so upset and totally focused on what went wrong, and there's nothing that she can do about it. These cups spilled. She can't scoop the liquids back into the cup or whatever. It happened. There's nothing you can do about it. All you got to do is just pick up those cups, and go get that bottle of wine on the table. But like, look, she's just totally focused on what went wrong over here, but there's like a whole freaking party over here waiting for her. There's freaking lobster. There's still 2 more glasses, and there's wine here still. It looks like a great time over here, but all she's focused on is what went wrong right in front of her. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're way overly focused on things that are out of our control. Things that we can't, like, connected to the past. We can't change the past. These cups spilled over. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? All you can do is just pick yourself up and continue on with the party, also known as your life. You know what I mean? So cutting the cords, letting it go, shutting that door, going through this new chapter of your life where you are not completely wrapped up in the mistakes of your past or the negative whatever of your past. Putting that behind you and getting to work on your life purpose. Okay? This is what it's all about. This is what the second half of the year needs to be all about. Stop worrying about the bullshit of your past that you cannot control. Stop it. Okay? Seriously, this has been your reading like over and over again for the last couple months, and I feel like you're not listening. Hello? Maybe some of you have been, and that's awesome. Maybe this is just for like the last couple people that haven't really been doing the work. Okay? We're doing the work now, okay? Cut those cords to your past and move forward. Move forward. Don't let that fear try to distract you from what it is that you are here and meant to do. Okay? I hope that you enjoyed that, Leo. Next month I will be doing the readings on the beach, so it'll be a nice background, and I'm getting a microphone as well. It's on its way, so hopefully the sound will be better as well. So thank you so much for watching, Leo, and I will see you in June. Take care.